magical creatures. Hi, hello, welcome to my channel, and I am Unionicorn, and today we have another fun reading for you. This time it's going to be about the year of the fire horse. So basically we're just asking the question, what is this new year going to bring for you? Unfortunately, this reading is a little later than I had hoped it would be, because the new Chinese New Year, Year of the Fire Horse, happened back on February 17th, 2026. But if you find this at any point during 2026, the Year of the Fire Horse, then these messages are for you. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that. So we have pile 1. We've got this funny looking horse here for pile 1. Then we have pile 2. Got this one here. Pile 2. Pile 3, we have, I'm going to call this the honey horse, the caramel colored horse. Then we have the brown horse here. And finally, pile 5 is going to be the white horse. So yeah, we'll call it, let's call pile 1 the chestnut horse, pile number 2 the caramel horse, pile number 3 the honey horse, pile number 4 the brown horse, and pile number 5 the white horse. I do apologize, I do not know the breeds of these horses. They unfortunately, they came in a pack of note cards from the US Post Office because it is the year of the horse, but unfortunately they didn't say what breeds these horses are, and there's so many breeds that I don't know what the actual breeds are. But if you do know, please comment in the comments below. That would really actually help me out. I'm really curious because it would be really hard for me to actually identify each one of these horses. But yeah, we're just gonna call this again the chestnut horse, this the, oh, what did I say? The caramel horse, this is the honey horse, this is the brown horse, and this is the white horse for piles 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And if you want to go straight to your piles, you can. If not, you can stick around and watch me shuffle the cards. I like to do a speed shuffle. I review the decks that I'm going to be using, and then I do a sped up version of the shuffle. So if you're interested in that, stick around. Otherwise, I'll see you in your piles. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hello, welcome to the shuffle portion of this video. Real quick before I go into the speed shuffle portion, I'm going to go over all the decks I'm going to use today. Just as a refresher, again, this is going to be a reading all about what is going to be your year of the horse like this year. So basically just 2026, but it's again from February 17th through February 17th, 2027. So yeah, or I believe that's about when it is. But yeah, basically this is just the year of the horse, and it's actually considered the year of the fire horse this year. So again, I don't claim to be an expert on Chinese zodiac. I don't know everything there is to know about it. That's just, I want to fully disclose that. But I am really curious what's going to come out in the cards. And we have a lot of fun decks to choose from today, including this new deck that I'm so excited to use. This is actually called the Last Unicorn Tarot. So if you do not know The Last Unicorn, it is one of my absolute favorite films. I grew up watching this movie. It's one of like the first movies I ever saw. So I absolutely adore The Last Unicorn, the movie. So if you have never seen it, highly recommend watching it. It's like a 1980s, you know, film that the music is just beautiful in it. And it's a beautiful animation. The story's kind of interesting, but I'd say the animation is just worth the watch just for the animation alone and the songs and everything. But yeah, highly recommend the last unicorn if you've never seen it. But yeah, super excited to break this open and get to use this for the first time. I've had it for a little while, but I haven't been, I've been sitting on it waiting to use it. Then we also have the Oracle of the Unicorns. So that's also a fun one. I just grabbed all my unicorn decks basically. So I also have the Rebel deck, Oracle with Attitude. So it says 0 filters, 0 Fs, all fun. So basically just a heads up and warning on this one. It does curse. So if you are sensitive to cursing, just know that ahead of time. This might not be your reading because yeah, there's gonna be cursing in that. But then we also have one of my absolute favorite decks of all time, the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. This is just hands down one of my favorite decks I've ever had. Yeah, obviously I'm biased, but because yeah, these are just like all my unicorn decks basically. Then I have a brand new deck called the Celestial Unicorn Tarot as well. So really excited to see what's in here. Then in addition to that, I wanted to pull a Chakra Oracle card. I used this in the last reading. These are really great just to kind of give an overall summary of the mood of the reading, I should say. Then we also have the Affirmators decks. So this one is 50 affirmation cards for self-helpiness. And yeah, this one's just cute. It has a little unicorn, obviously. But yeah, this is just like the basic one. And then we also have the Affirmators Creativity, as well as the Affirmators Love and Relationships. So we'll see what comes out of here. So yeah, I like to use this creativity one more like for like career or your passion. And then this one's what, you know, what to expect in your love life. So we'll pull at least one of each of these. And then in addition to that, I'm going to be pulling a Romance Angels, again, just to get the vibe of like what your love life's gonna be like this year. So it's kind of a love and career reading, because it's basically like your year in review this upcoming year. So then we also have the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. This is also just one of my absolute favorite decks. I always end up putting this in a lot of my readings just because it's one of those wonderful decks that, like, if you're really like struggling with like your own self-care and going like, what can I do to make myself feel better, I highly recommend this Sacred Self-Care Oracle. It is one of the best decks out there for being able to like give yourself ideas of how to, like, you know, take care of your body and mind. And so yeah, highly recommend this one. Cannot say enough about this Oracle deck. It's one of my absolute favorites because yeah, it gives you like actual steps of things to do. So I might pull a couple of these for you for this year to see what you want to focus on this year when it comes to self-care. So that will be great. And then last but certainly not least, we have, it's actually funny because this isn't even an Oracle deck, but I do have advice from a unicorn as well. This is actually a calendar, a 2020 calendar I turned into an Oracle deck because it has really interesting little, you know, sayings and quotes and things on there. So I'm going to pull at least one of these. These are hard to shuffle, but we'll start with this one when I shuffle. And then we also have, last but certainly not least, I said that last time, but we have these beautiful Bella Sara cards. So shout out, I'm gonna put the link in the I'm gonna put a link to her video in the description, but Jordy's computer, she made a whole like thing about these Bella Sara cards, and when I saw them, I was like, I need these for my Oracle readings. These are amazing. So yeah, super excited to get my hands on some of these old Bella Sara cards. These are vintage 1990s, I think, is when they started making these. And yeah, so really excited for these. I think I'm gonna actually hold off on using this Moon Fairies deck because I might put this in the next reading. But this one, this is the one I think I'll open today, the Bella Sara Treasures. box. And so these are just beautiful horse cards that they have little sayings underneath them. They're like horses and unicorns and Pegasi, Pegasi. So really excited to crack these open and see what we get. So this will be a fun little like almost blind box for y'all today. So yeah, I think I can put one of each pack. We'll see how, because they say there's like 4 plus bonus, so I'm not sure how the bonus works. But it says, yeah, 4 treasure card packs plus additional bonus. So we'll see what the bonus is because we do have 5 piles, but really excited to use this one. So excited for this. So yeah, those are going to be all the cards that I will use to do these decks. So really excited to have 5 piles to do today. So without further ado, let me start the speed build. Okay. Yay. Oh my God, I said speed build. I meant speed video. If y'all know, you know what a speed build is. If you don't, you can always Google it, I'm sure. But that gives you a little idea of what my other channel on YouTube is, because I haven't really talked about my other channels. I do have a couple other channels on YouTube that I, you know, I've mentioned in the past whether or not I want to mention them in these videos, just because I figured, you know, I don't want necessarily people to like go sub to something they're not gonna see. So like I'd rather the algorithm recommend. But now I guess I can mention it because I don't think I'll be posting over there. But yeah, I have in the past made Sims videos. So that's what a speed build is. So in case you're curious, I do have a YouTube channel. Yeah, maybe ask and I'll let you know in the comments. We'll see. I don't know if I will. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the speed video. Okay, speed shuffle. That's what I was trying to say. Speed shuffle. creatures. Hi, welcome to the pick a pile section. So if you like to pick with the card shuffled, it took me a little while to shuffle out 5 whole piles, but yeah, we have pile number 1. I've dubbed this the Chestnut horse, and then we also have this fun little Bella Sara treasure pack with this angel horse here for pile number 1. And these are your cards, pile 1. Then for pile number 2, we have this horse here, and I've dubbed this the Carmel horse. And then pile number 2, you actually have this fun, like, almost seahorse, yeah, seahorse for pile number 2. We'll see what's in there when we get to your reading, pile 2. That's for you, pile number 2. And then pile number 3, this is what I've dubbed the honey horse, pile 3. And for your Bella Sara cards, you've got this white horse here, very pretty. All right, that's for you, pile 3, the honey horse pile. And then pile 4, we have the brown horse, or maybe if you like chocolate horse, for pile number 4. And then you also have this beautiful brown horse pack for the Bella Sara cards. And we'll open those in your reading, pile 4. And then pile 5, last but not least, we have pile 5, the white horse, or I guess you could call it white chocolate if you'd like, just because chestnut, yeah, caramel, honey, chocolate, you know, all food. So yeah, the white or the white chocolate horse for pile number 5. And then you also have these, you have the white moon fairies, Bella Sara cards. So that's for you, pile number 5. So go ahead and see which pile you feel most drawn to, and I will see you in your reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this fun looking horse here, I like to call this the Chestnut horse. Yeah, this is going to be a reading all about your year of 2026, the year of the fire horse. So let's look at what you got here. I'm gonna probably put this over on this side, or do I want to put it here? I think I'll put it here, actually. Yeah. And you also got this Bella Sara Treasures pack. So I'm very curious to see. This is the first pack I'm ever opening, so this is exciting. Ooh, okay. So you got the star card. Amazing. It says, "It is not what you do, but who you are that is important." Treasures Celestial Clock. Cool. Now, just so you know, I'm gonna be redeeming all of these if I can. So don't try to put in the codes, but yeah, you also got Protect the Beauty of Nature. Ooh, and you've got a mermaid horse. Pretty. You also have Kara. All friendships begin with a smile and a kind word. Beautiful. Then you have the courage to trust yourself. The Nike card. Nice. Then you also have Ariadne. You are surrounded by loving, caring people. Beautiful. How cute. I love these cards. And you also got a bunch of stickers. How cute. Fun. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever opened these cards. By the way, I got the idea to use Bella Sara cards in my oracle readings from the lovely Jordy's computer. So I will link her channel. She made a really fun video, YouTube video all about Bella Sara cards. So yeah, these are so cute, these little Bella Sara cards. I'm gonna, let's see, pick my favorite. They're all so pretty, but I'm gonna just do that because I need to stack them. I think in the next piles, I will open that last so I can put that on top. But yeah, you were lucky, pile one, that I opened those first. So you didn't have to be patient. I'm gonna make everyone else wait though. I think, where do I put this? I'm gonna put that to the side for now because I'm gonna read first your 2020. Now this is, again, this is reading is all about the year of the fire horse, which is in the Chinese zodiac. Yeah, basically it's the year of the horse, but it's special because it's a fire horse, which only happens every so often. And what's really cool is that, yeah, it's supposed to be really significant this year. Now this is from a calendar from back in 2020, so you can ignore the date unless it's resonating with you. But these are messages from the unicorn, and it says, don't let perfection get in the way of good. And then become a person of the world. Okay. Interesting. So again, these dates, March 4th or August 3rd, those could be significant for you or someone you know, but that doesn't have to resonate. Just an extra confirmation for anyone who watches. But those are, we're mostly getting these for the messages. So it says, yeah, don't let perfection get in the way of good and become a person of the world. Those are your advice from the unicorn for this year. And then we also have, so let's look at your love life for this year, pile 1. It says, express your love. This romance angels card says, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Okay, so you might be in a relationship this year. You're learning to express your love healthily. And then you also have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Beautiful. Yeah, so I'll wait to see what other cards come out, but it seems like this might be maybe a newer relationship with these cards, but we'll see. You also have, let's see, I'm trying to figure out how I want to pull out all these cards. I think I'm going to pull this. Okay, so you did get the victim card, and this was the Chakra Oracle. Now this is the green card, so this is the heart chakra, and I will look into that card, the meaning of that card, in a minute. So I guess this is just a warning from the universe to try not to, you know, take things too seriously. Try not to, yeah, try not to, oh, what's the word? Catastrophize. So yeah. Then you also have some self-care oracles. I think I'm gonna wait on those. We've also got, let me see. You've got a unicorn oracle that says imagination. So it's really hard to see, and honestly, I'm aiming wrong in this camera today. It's a little higher today than I usually put it, but it says, envision a new reality. Give yourself permission to dream. Believe in unlimited possibilities. Beautiful. So yeah, that's lovely. Pile 1. Okay. Then we also have, ooh, you got the High Priestess, pile 1. That's lovely. Okay, so this is actually from the deck of The Last Unicorn Tarot. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. If you've never seen The Last Unicorn, definitely go watch it. Highly, highly recommend the movie The Last Unicorn. It's an animated series all about a unicorn becoming human. And this is actually the character who is originally the unicorn, the last unicorn, and she becomes this Lady Amalthea. And so yeah, you have the High Priestess. That's a great card to get. Yeah, sorry, I never know how to lay this out until I'm doing it for the first pile, so bear with me, pile 1. But that's beautiful. I love that. Okay. let me see what the rest of your tarot cards are. So you have Page of Pentacles, beautiful. And I feel like I definitely did your reading a little backwards from the way I'm gonna do it for the next the next pile, because yeah, I usually am better at knowing how to lay these cards out, but let's put that there. The Page of Pentacles, can you see it? Yeah, just barely, I think, yeah. Okay. So we got Page of Pentacles. So you're working on your finances this year, which is great to see. You got the Star. Oh my gosh, beautiful. So that looks really cool up closer. These are also new cards for me. These are the Celestial Unicorn Tarot. So pretty. Okay, the Star card. That's a great Major Arcana card to get. So you're working toward this dream that you have this year. You have 10 of Pentacles. Amazing. Okay, yeah, your dream might just be to improve your finances here, save up for something important this year. So you got 10 of Pentacles. And you also have 4 of Cups. Okay, so this is a warning that you might not be seeing something this year. Like, basically, this unicorn here, you can see they're focused on these cups here, but they're not even seeing that there's a cup of love being offered here. So that's just a reminder to look out for where someone in your life might be offering you a cup of love that you're not seeing because you're focused on these other cups in front of you here rather than what's being offered to you. So yeah, keep that in mind. Pile number 1. I hope yeah, I'm like, I have to like almost stretch to see if you can see that. Hopefully you do. Pile 1. Okay. Yeah, I definitely got more cards than there's room on the table. That's my bad. How do I want to move down? Let's scooch these over, perhaps. Sorry, pile 1. I feel like this is always like the most pokey pile because I never know how to lay out my cards before I get them on the table. All right, there we go. Yeah, the High Priestess, though, is an amazing card to get. That's lovely. Now, we do want your advice on the table as well. We'll put it here. Okay. Now, just a fair warning, these cards are called the Rebel deck, and they do cuss. So if you're not, if you're uncomfortable with that, if you're not comfortable with that, maybe click off the reading now. But it says, believe what you see, and then it says, face reality or live in fucking la la land, choose bravely. Yeah, okay, so again, there's another message about something you're not seeing this year that is important. So pay attention to, like, easier said than done, I know, but like try to pay attention to what you might be overlooking this year. Pile 1. Maybe you're forgetting to do something, like, is there like something to do with like finances, or I'm not sure. But yeah, something like that is coming out here. Now, finally, you do have 3 Affirmators cards as well as 3 self-care cards for this year of the horse. Pile 1. So let's see. You have spontaneity. Yeah, didn't we get something else like that? Well, you had imagination and yeah, don't let perfection get in the way. So it's like this has to do with like being spontaneous, not being overly cautious this year, not being overly yeah, and then again, becoming a person of the world. That does make sense with the spontaneity card. So being able to get out there and try not to be so home, like, I guess, reserved, or I was gonna say, and this is easier said than done, because I completely understand if you're like this too, pile one, because I absolutely am, where I'm more of like a homebody, so it is hard for me personally as well to get out in the world. So maybe if you like resonate with being like more of an introvert, but this is reminding you to get out there. And so yeah, let's read this card with you. It says, do you like spontaneous adventures of the highest caliber? The only acceptable answer to this question is yes. So buckle up, Charlie. And it says, there are plenty good chance your name is not Charlie. But it says, you're about to take a wild ride. Funny, because of this horses. Do you actually like riding horses, pile one? You don't have to, but I am curious if the people who click on this video are because they love horses. But yeah, so you're about to take a wild ride through the unexplored, unconventional, and underrated. You're about to learn that yes is a magic word, and that the power to unlock new dimensions in space, time, and after hours hangouts. Yes will lead you to experiences you didn't think possible, and teach you that lifelong friendships are sometimes lurking just behind a karaoke singer's mullet. Yeah, so this is just reminding you to, again, go out, explore the world, be spontaneous, and yeah, like get out there, like go exploring this year. Try a new restaurant, you know, like I said, mentioned going to karaoke, like try to invite your friends to places more, like get out of your comfort zone is basically what I'm seeing with this. Yeah, don't be stuck in a victim mentality, but go out there and explore. So we have passion. This is the creativity card. So this is more a question of like this year, what are you doing with your like creative hobbies or passions or career? Sometimes your career can be your creative passion, but it doesn't have to be. So either way, whatever you resonate most with, pile one, since it's a, you know, a general reading. But passion is your card. You got been hiding your light under a rock, keeping your artistic inclinations a secret, resisting labels like artist, maker, or kind of a semi-creative type person in favor of more mainstream monikers like accountant, teacher, marching band mom. This card is rocketing in like a thunderbolt to clear those dismissive apologies away and allow the burning, churning, balls to the wall passion living within you to radiate outward. No more days half-lived, no more dreams left unspoken. Your moment is now. The world is ready, and the inspiration you've been waiting for is YOU. Now hurry up and staple some wings on your shoes. That magic ain't gonna make itself. Yeah, so again, and this is mentioning imagination as well. Wow, that's cool. So yeah, basically you're gonna get a lot more creative this year, pile one, when it comes to something you're passionate about. Again, maybe it's this star, this wish fulfillment you're working toward, but you're gonna be, I think you're going to be, yeah, definitely calling in this high priestess energy in order to manifest in the 3D what you're wanting. So, and that could be due to a passionate pursuit of like a creative arts. It could be, you know, a hobby, or it could be your career, but it could be like something like writing or creating something artistic, like a painting, a drawing, something like that. Because yeah, you've got imagination and creativity a lot here in this reading. But yeah, but you are also going to be working on those pentacles as well. You are going to be focused on getting that 10 of Pentacles. This 10 of Pentacles, by the way, is one of the best cards in the tarot deck because it's all about financial abundance and emotional fulfillment. You see there's like a little family here. So with the 2 dogs and yeah, and like a couple and even a little kid here. So like, yeah, there's there's a good chance you're working toward financial stability for a family as well. That could be part of this dream. But you could also have another dream all about, you know, your creative passions, pile 2. Sorry, pile 1. I almost called you pile 2. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, sometimes when that happens, it's like, oh, maybe there's a message for one of you in pile 2. But no, you are definitely going to be working on a lot of things in your life, pile 1, a lot of different aspects of your life. Like, you're gonna be working on your romantic, you know, relationship, as well as trying to advance in your career, and also making time for your passionate hobbies or creative interests. So that's fantastic. Very well-rounded, pile 1. We love to see it. So then you also have love and relationships. So this is something else that you need to keep in mind for your love life. It says giving, and it says, I welcome the idea of give and take in my relationships, and I eagerly practice the give part. By giving freely, I discover just how fun giving really is. Giving my time, care, and attention to someone else actually gives me good feelings, which makes me want to give even more. Wait a sec, does this selflessness make me look selfish? Be honest. Yeah, so you know that there's a song, I think by K-Flay, that goes like, I don't know if I'm a giver. So basically I think it's the song is called Giver by K-Flay, and that's what this card reminds me of is, yeah, you're learning to have less of a victim mentality, less of a like, for lack of a better word, like a selfish or like self-centered focus this year. And you are going to be looking outward. Like, again, this says becoming a person of the world. So you're going to actually balance out these. And again, there's nothing wrong with self-focus, pile 1. I just want to say, like, I'm not trying to insult anyone by saying selfish, but I'm just trying to say, like, you know, in the past few years, maybe you were more focused on yourself and your pentacles, and, you know, getting, you know, yourself, maybe some therapy even. So, not for all of you, but for some of you out there, that's what I could see here, is just like trying to get out of this victim mentality of feeling stuck in feeling like, you know, woe is me kind of attitude, and moving toward really trusting in the universe and being able to like be someone who is more open and like willing to give as well as receive. So again, this, and part of, you know, like, it might seem counterintuitive, but sometimes when we're like not a giver, we're actually struggling with being able to receive. And I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's what I'm seeing here with this 4 of Cups, where again, this unicorn is so focused on these other cups that they don't even see what is being offered. Because, for example, maybe it's like, you know, you want, these are, let's call all these, let me show you again up close. Let's call each one of these cups like a different person in this unicorn's life, right? And then this is another person that like you're just not even seeing. This little unicorn isn't even seeing this other offer of love because they're so focused on these other people, right? These other cups of love. So that's something, you know, I think you're learning to balance your ability to give and receive love. Yeah, like this, expressing your love and your romantic feelings, and expressing them to someone who is going to be reciprocating those, right? So I think that's what a lot of us struggle with is, you know, we give lots of love, but we maybe give it to the wrong people in our lives. And so this is just reminding us to let's pay attention to who is giving us love so that we can reciprocate that. And that way we just have more balanced, more reciprocal relationships going forward. So yeah, I think that's beautiful, pile 1. I think yeah, you're definitely someone who has like a lot of great stuff going on for you in 2026, the year of the horse. So that's amazing. Yeah, and so these are just the final cards are going to be your Sacred Self-Care Oracle cards. Oh, and you know what? Oops, I bumped the table. You know what? I lied because I actually got you 2 more cards. I ended up shuffling these off camera, but these are from the Lovers Oracle deck. Now, these ones are really hard to shuffle. That's why I shuffled them off camera, because they're heart-shaped and they like go everywhere. And also some of them are NSW, like not safe for work. So that's why I shuffled these off screen, but we'll look at what the messages are. I haven't seen them yet. I've only seen the, you know, the pretty artwork on them, but I haven't seen the messages behind them. So yeah, let's just look at some practical advice from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle to see what you can work on this year to help align yourself with these energies. So you have sync with the moon. Okay, yeah, so this could be a message about, you know, like following the moon phases, because if you follow moon phases, there's actually a good way to manifest with the moon phases. So like, for example, every new moon, you set a new intention, and then by the time it's a full moon, you know, you can basically sync your manifestations up that way to the cycle of the moon. This also could be a small message for some of you. And by the way, I'm not a medical doctor, so do not take what I say as medical advice, but for some of you, this could have to do with your, you know, your cycle, you might need to go to, for example, this might just be a friendly reminder to go to your gynecologist if you go to one. Again, this is only for those of you who this applies to. Make sure you're making your, you know, health checkups when it comes to your cycle. So yeah. But beautiful. So that's sync with the moon. And then you also have connect with crystals. Beautiful. Yeah, so look for a crystal that you really love. I have lots of recommendations on this channel. If you look at a bunch of other of my readings, I typically, and today I had to fight myself to not pull these cards out, actually, because I use them in practically every reading. About recommending different types of crystals depending on your needs. So definitely do some research on the type of crystal you'd like. For example, if you want to call in love, I would recommend a rose quartz crystal. If you want, you know, clarity and renewal, look into getting some selenite crystal. You know, those are just a few examples, but do your own research and try to find a crystal that really resonates with you this year for the year of the horse. And yeah, connect with those crystals. And then last but not least, you have clean your space. Okay, beautiful. So speaking of clean, it's so funny because like these cards kind of through shuffling, they kind of like left a bit of a smudge there. But yeah, so cleaning your space, she's obviously cleaning her windows. So cleaning, like I said, cleansing, renewal, those are also some good things to look into for you, pile 1, on how to cleanse your space, cleanse your crystals, cleanse your aura, all that good stuff. Yeah, so beautiful. And then last but certainly not least, and again, sorry for having too many cards. I usually like to have a card where you can like have all the cards out on the table where you can screenshot it, but you just got so many extra cards. I was really excited to get a ton of cards this reading. But then you also have this card from the Lover's Oracle that says, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so again, very much coming up with those energies again of like learning to balance and reciprocate those give and take in a relationship is going to be very important for you this year, pile 1. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's very much very much a synchronicity. And then you have this beautiful tree. It has a piece, a star, heart, so pretty. And then it says manifesting miracles. Okay, so your dream is soon to become reality. Yes, didn't we see that? Yeah, you had the star. So you're manifesting your dreams. So it says trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Beautiful. Yes. Okay, I love that for you, pile 1. That's amazing. Yeah, so you are manifesting this dream life. I just heard dream life, dream wife. I don't know, for some of you, you might be looking for a wife, something like that. But beautiful, yeah, so you are going to have a beautiful, lovely, abundant year this year, pile 1. I can definitely see that in the card. So I'm so happy for you. That's exciting. So yeah, thank you again so much for being here and being open and willing and ready to receive these messages today. So yeah, thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy the reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It will mean so much to me. It really helps me out with the algorithm, so thank you so much for doing that. All the subscribes and likes and comments, all of that stuff really helps me out. And yeah, don't forget to put hashtag #1 in the comments, so that way if you ever come across this reading again, you can see which pile you picked. But yeah, that's gonna do it for your reading this time, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and happy year of the horse. Bye. Hello, beautiful magical creatures. Hi, pile 2, those who picked this funny horse. I like to call him the Caramel horse. I've dubbed him Mr. Caramel here. And yeah, today we're asking the question, what is your year of the horse, the fire horse, going to be like? So this is a little bit of a late reading. I wanted to get it out sooner. The year of the horse, especially the year of the fire horse, it just happened back on February 17th. This is for the Chinese zodiac year of the horse. And so yeah, but at any time when you find these messages, these should resonate for you. So yeah, the year of the horse is, I believe, through 2027, February 2027. So yeah, but this is going to be a reading, pile 2, for the Caramel horse. Now, I actually also got a pack of these like fun little Bella Sara cards. Now these Bella Sara cards, I heard about these through a really fun video all about this vintage 90s like horse like collection, like collector cards, through a channel called Jordy's Computer. So shout out to Jordy. Yeah, I'm gonna link her video about Bella Sara in the comments, not the comments, in the description, just because I thought it was such a fun video, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need these cards for my readings, because yeah, they're really fun. They have a bunch of cute little horses on them, and they have fun little messages. So I am actually gonna hold off and open these at the very end though for you, pile 2, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, today we have a ton of cards for you, lots of fun messages. We've got a bit of a horse/unicorn reading, which of course I'm biased because I am Unionicorn, but I'm really excited for. So let's first look at these. Now these are actually from a 2020 calendar. So the dates don't have to resonate necessarily, but they have just really fun messages. So these are advice from a unicorn, and it says, listen, don't just wait for your turn to talk. And March 19th could be relevant, doesn't have to be though, but it could be a confirmation for somebody if that's a birthday or someone you know's birthday, something like that. But yeah, listen, don't just wait for your turn to talk, says. All right. And then it also says, February 10th could be relevant. It says, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And that's a quote by Maya Angelou. So okay, very good little messages to keep in mind here. Now, I struggled on pile 1 to fit all the cards, so do forgive me if I struggle to arrange the cards here. I think I ended up having this on this side. I did, so I'm just gonna move that there now. But yeah, we also have what your love life is gonna look like in the year of the horse. So let's see. It says, you deserve love. Oh, beautiful. You are lovable, it says. And actually, this is a bit of a synchronicity. If you watched my last reading, the Archer, like the Taylor Swift song from the Lover album, the Archer might be significant for you, pile 2. But yeah, you deserve love. Absolutely. You are lovable. I know that's true. So very beautiful. And then you also have, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Okay, pile 2. Work on your partnership. So you could be working on a relationship that you're currently in, or if not, you could become, like, it could be that you get into a relationship this year as well, but you will be working toward your relationship in the year of the horse. So, oh, I'm gonna save these now. These are some good advice for your self-care, but I will look at those in a bit. Let me see. I'm trying to remember the order I pulled these out in before, because they're kind of a bunch. But okay, yeah, you were working on balance. Beautiful. Yeah. So let's do that. Yeah, so you are working to balance all these energies out this year. That's good. Then you also have, let's see what this card says. Says beloved. Yeah, again, you're loved, you're beloved. That's beautiful. So it says, prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship. Believe you are lovable. Okay, twice now a message has come out about being lovable or believing you are loved, which is so pretty and beautiful. And yeah, again, I want to just send you big hugs through the screen, pile 2. If you don't believe you are lovable, just, yeah, know that you absolutely are. You absolutely deserve love. Yeah. You are lovable. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely going to be working on some self-love, I think, this year as well. To make sure that you really know that you are lovable, and that you might even work on affirmations in the mirror to really, truly, and I know it sounds silly, but it really does work, pile 2. And if you look in the mirror and you look into your own eyes in the mirror and you say, I am lovable. I am lovable. Because you really are. And you don't ever let anyone tell you any different, okay? Now, let's look at your tarot here. So we have 5 of Cups. Okay, yeah. So there's some loss here, it looks like. Is that why you don't believe you're lovable? Did you just have a breakup? For some of you, maybe. Because it did mention a new relationship is coming in for you. All right, then you also have the moon. Okay, yeah, mysterious. Okay. Maybe working on your shadow work, right? Because, like, the dark side of the moon might have some shadow work to do. I do have a shadow work reading. If you're interested in that, you can check out my channel. All about how to do shadow work. Then you also have the King of Cups. Awesome. Yeah, so you're learning to become more secure in your love life or your interpersonal relationships. Then you also have 3 of Wands. Okay. So looking toward something. Let's see. Now, just a fair warning on this card here. This is called the Rebel deck here. And it does cuss. So if you're uncomfortable with cussing, maybe just don't watch this video, but just a fair warning there. And it says you equals a tight ass. Okay. So yeah, this is like the no nonsense, no BS deck. That's just like, okay, so the universe is calling you out, saying you're like uptight, basically. It says, loosen the fuck up, control freaks don't get laid. All right, so yeah, the universe is reminding you to, if you want this love life to come in, it's not that you aren't lovable the way you are, but just maybe work on, you know, being a little less, less uptight. Like, just get a little, you know, let things go. Bring things into balance, right? Maybe there are some things that that have been preventing you from having, this, like, because this is mentioning about not getting laid. Yeah, maybe it's just saying that, like, this is what's going to help you in your relationship, pile 2, is if you let go of a little bit of that control that, you know, I recommend doing some research on love languages. No, not love languages, sorry. Well, love languages, it's always important to know your love language, but your attachment style. If you don't know your attachment style, there are quizzes to take online, because people who are like really uptight when it comes to love, like they hold on too tight almost, right? And then that actually ends up pushing people away. It's actually an attachment style called anxious attachment style. So maybe look into that, because it's the opposite of avoidant, because and neither of them are really balanced, because the ultimate balanced relationship you want, the attachment style you want to be a balanced person in a relationship would be actually called what's called secure. So look into attachment styles though. Take a quiz if you don't know your attachment style, and that could help you, pile 2, to learn how to become more balanced in your relationships, so that you don't end up pushing people away who you know, want to stay, but they feel maybe a bit smothered almost in the relationship. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Then we also have this card. This is actually from the last Unicorn deck, and I'm so excited for this deck. I've been telling everyone every time I mention this deck, but highly recommend watching this movie if you haven't seen it. It's very fun. It's like a 1980s animation. It's got great songs, beautiful animation, artwork. The story's a little funny, but I just love this movie. I'll recommend it to anyone, even though it is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. You got the card 3 of Coins. All right. So yeah. Also trying to work on your finances could help you toward this balance as well. All right, and then let's look at your Affirmators cards. So these are like a basic, this is like the standard Affirmators. Then we have creativity and love and relationships. So what does the universe want to tell you here? It says engagement. Ooh, are you going to get engaged? Ooh, that's exciting. It says, today I make the conscious choice to engage with the world in an active way. I'll take a new route and talk to strangers. I will smell flowers and pet dogs, and maybe walk around barefoot for a while if I'm not inside a 7-Eleven. At the very least, I'll have a day that's slightly more interesting than average. And at the most, I'll have a startling epiphany or make a friend who will change my life forever. No pressure. That's beautiful. Yeah, so maybe you'll be making some friends this year. I never know where to put some of this. There you go. Pile 2, that's beautiful. So yeah, get out there, make some friends. It's actually funny because pile number 1 had something, a bit of a similar message when it came to getting out in the world. And yeah. That's interesting. Okay, so, ooh, you have the luck card. I just did a reading all about luck, by the way, so check that out. That was my last reading, since I'm recording this right before St. Patrick's Day. So, yeah, check out my St. Patrick's Day themed luck reading if you're interested in that. But it says, it's here, a package sent straight from the heavens. or dark matter for all you atheists, that's been gifted to you, dear friend, and contains a very cartoonish poof of luck. This magic fairy dust will stick to you for the next few weeks and align whatever unseen forces need aligning to open the creative doors you've been waiting for. Keep your eyes peeled for opportunities, connections, and winks from the universe, hinting you're headed in the right direction. So pop on your victory sash, follow the trail of good omens, and don't stop till you get to the after party. Hopefully the cheese fountain will still be going strong. That's funny. I always think these are such funny little cards. So yeah, this is just a good card of you're going to be having some good luck this year. Pile 2. Again, yeah, sorry for having more cards than will fit on the table. So, but yeah, that's exciting. So yeah, you've got good luck towards something. Ooh, and you have commitment for your final card. So love and relationship. Again, you got something about, yeah, you have engagement here. So maybe you are, your relationship is moving toward a higher level of commitment for some of you, because you have a commitment card. It says, I willingly accept that it's safe to topple my walls and commit completely to a relationship. It might be one that's already here or one that's on the way. Either way, those walls have got to go. Without them, I can go no further. Without them, I can go further, feel freer, and love bigger than ever before. Bonus, no walls means I'll save a lot of money on picture frames. Oh, hopefully that wasn't completely out of frame there. But yeah, you can see that. That's so funny. Again, I find these Affirmators cards, so they just make me giggle every time I read them. Yeah, so no walls means no saving money on picture frames. Yeah, so you're probably, I think you're going to be working on a higher level of commitment, perhaps. Yeah, this could be someone you are currently in a relationship with. If you're not currently in a relationship, maybe this is going to be, you might meet someone who is going to end up being someone you commit to down the road. Doesn't have to be this year, but this could be someone that you end up committing to later. But yeah, because you got both a commitment and engagement, so interesting. But again, definitely working on that self-love. So speaking of self-love, self-care, this is from the self-care oracle. So let's see what you got here. It says use your hands. Okay, so getting back into like a hobby could also be something that you do this year, pile 2. So see, she's working on pottery. But yeah, it doesn't have to be pottery, but whatever you enjoy, whatever creative craft you like, that could also help you feel more self-confidence and yeah, more self-love. Because again, keep reminding yourself you are lovable, you're talented, you have good qualities, pile 2. All right, then you've got the card hydrate. So definitely focus on your health this year as well. Definitely make sure to drink more water. It'll make your skin glow. It'll make looking in the mirror, you know, that much funner when you do your morning affirmations. Yeah, when you tell yourself you're lovable. So yeah, definitely we always want to hydrate. That's going to help our brain function better too. You know, it does the body good when you drink, you know, enough water each day, for sure. And then your last card is actually nourish your temple. So again, making sure that you're eating and drinking, you know, properly, like health and like healthy. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. You know what I mean, right? Pile 2. Making sure to drink enough water, eat healthily, nourishing your body and mind, and that will make you feel better. And I think that will make you, you know, I know that it seems silly. Sorry for that motorcycle if you can hear it. But yeah, I know it seems silly, but it really does work. Like the more you care for your body, the like better you feel about yourself and the more lovable you feel, because you are giving yourself that self-love and that care, you know? So yeah, nurture your inner child definitely this year, pile 2. You're learning to nurture your inner child, because that will help you feel better about yourself, which will make loving and making this commitment to another person, that'll align you better with, with your relationships as well. So beautiful. I love that for you, pile 2. So let's look at your Lover's Oracle cards here now as well. So you've got these 2 cards, and this card says, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Okay, yeah, so there's definitely a lot about acceptance here, and loving yourself and loving others and having more patience and being less controlling. Yeah, beautiful. All right, so then your final card here is playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. Beautiful. Awesome. Yeah, so these are your cards, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed. Last but not least, we're going to look at this Bella Sara treasure cards. Now these do have codes on them, but I'm going to like redeem those codes if I can still. We'll see. I don't even know if this website's still available. But if I do, just so you know, the codes aren't going to be working. But let's see what you got together. Let's see what your cards came out from your cool, like, you got like the seahorse here for these Bella Sara. So you've got Rosamund, and it says, I guard the past to protect the future. Beautiful. And you have Sapphirine. Okay, pretty. And it says, I will be your lucky star. Take a chance and try something new. Beautiful. Then you also have Parles. It's like a pirate horse, cute. It says, make a plan and commit completely to it. Okay, so working on committing, and there's that word again, commitment, committing to a plan of action. Ooh, you got the match. You got the match to your little package. How cool. Okay, then this says Mahina. And she's a cute little seahorse. I love it. Let wisdom light your way. Beautiful. And then you got Rose Briar. Ooh, that's pretty. She's like a rosy horse with she's also got like a little friend, a little dragon friend. It says, the world is full of freedom and love for you to find. Oh, cute. And then you have a couple stickers. Oh, you got different stickers. Interesting. You got little critter stickers and some tattoos. How fun. Yeah, I love these little Bella Sara cards. They're so fun. So again, if you love horses like I do, I found Jordy's computer video all about Bella Sara cards. Very, very interesting. So highly recommend that video if you want to watch a fun video. Pile 2. But yeah, that will be your reading today. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards today, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And it was a lot of cards today. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonates for you. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, letting me read your cards. And yeah, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff really helps me out with algorithms. So thank you so much for doing that. And yeah, don't forget to put hashtag number 2 in the comments, so that way you can remember what you chose in case you ever come across this reading again. But yeah, I hope you have a beautiful, lovely, amazing rest of your day, pile 2, and thank you again for letting me read your cards. And I hope you have a lovely year of the horse, the fire horse. So yeah, this sounds like a great year. So thank you so much for being here, pile 2, and I'll see you in the next reading. Thanks. Bye. Hello, magical creatures. Hi, pile 3. If you chose this card here, the honey horse, I've dubbed them. I think of Miss Honey from Matilda. I don't know if that resonates, but yeah, this is the honey horse. If you like bees or bee hives, or yeah, do you make honey? I think that would be a wild coincidence if anyone out there actually has bees and makes honey themselves. But yeah, you don't have to, pile 3, but yeah. But yeah, pile 3, today we are asking the question, what is your year of the horse, the year of the fire horse, in the Chinese zodiac, this year of the horse going to bring you? So yeah, what is the year of the horse, the fire horse, gonna be like for you, pile 3? That's the question today. Hopefully that made sense. Yeah. But yeah, you got tons of cards today, including these fun little Bella Sara cards. Now, Bella Sara is actually a really fun like trading card game from the 90s. Jordy's computer on YouTube has an awesome like video essay all about Bella Sara cards, and when I watched it I was like, oh my gosh, I need these. They are so cute and so fun, and I definitely wanted to open them for my tarot reading, so that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna put this off to the side though, and we're gonna open these at the end. But yeah, they're really fun. They have like fun little like inspirational sayings, so I was like, those are gonna be perfect for tarot readings. But yeah, then we also have this, these are called Messages from the Unicorn, and this is actually an old 2020 desktop, like desk calendar that I saved because they also have like fun little messages on them. So let's see what you got. It says, have an attitude of gratitude. Okay, beautiful. And also, oh, March 12th, that's actually coming up. This actually might be the day I'm posting this video. Yeah, the day I'm posting this video, if it all goes right. So that's funny. And it's a Thursday as well. That's funny. So yeah, what a funny coincidence. But yeah, that could also be relevant if you have a birthday or you know someone with that birthday or something like that. But that's super funny that that's actually the day I'm posting. How funny. All right, and then you also have, if you're using your energy to hate, it's being wasted. Okay, good reminder always. And that's also March 20th. So again, those dates could be relevant, not necessarily though. So yeah, this is what you're working on this year, pile 3, having an attitude of gratitude and remembering to, you know, speak more love into this world than hate. We don't need more hate. We never need more hate in this world. We need love. All you need is love. Do, 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 do. All right, so those messages I'm actually gonna put down here because that's how I had it laid out before. But yeah, we've got tons of cards for you today, pile 3. So let's jump in here and see what else comes up for you. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, well, let's look at your romance angels next. So this is your love life in 2026. Year of the horse. You've got the wedding card. It says this situation involves marriage. Okay, so you could either be married or you might be getting married this year. If not, you might just be going to a wedding that's important to you, like someone you know and love could be getting married and having a wedding. You might be part of the wedding party this year, something like that. And then you also have very soon. Okay, so you have a card that says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Yeah, and this is definitely part of manifesting, is always knowing, you know, you've got to be clear, communicate clearly with the universe what you want in order for things to manifest in for you this year. So that's what you're learning how to do. That's great. All right, then you also have the Unicorn Tarot or Oracle, sorry, the Unicorn Oracle that says rebirth. So reinvent yourself, give life to your dreams, create a new reality. Oh, beautiful. I love this color too. Very warm, very honey, actually, like your horse that you picked. Pile 3, that's beautiful. All right, so yeah, rebirth. You might be interested in the luck reading I just posted. That was my last video, so go back in my videos if you're interested. There's a St. Patrick's Day themed luck reading. And one of the piles actually was all about rebirth as well. So a lot of the piles actually had some touched on it a little bit, but there was one in particular, if you saw that. So maybe some of you just came from that video, but yeah, rebirth is, yeah, life and death and rebirth. So that's what you're focusing on this year, pile 3. So then we also have your card of passion. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, and again, this beautiful warm orange glow, like honey color. That's beautiful. So yeah, you're going to be focusing on your passions, what makes you happy, what ignites your creativity, and yeah, you know, opens that opens your heart to more love and passion rather than closed off. So that's beautiful. Yeah, I love these colors. So pretty. All right. Then you have, again, another orange color. I love this. So this card says laugh. So yeah, you're going to have more fun this year. You're going to be laughing more. You're going to be more passionate and happy, which again, if this is, because this card said, which one? This one. Sorry, it's not a card. It says, don't waste your energy on hate. So yeah, you might have felt like much more in a negative mood this last year, but this year of the fire horse, this, by the way, the fire horse is all about passionate creativity. So this is definitely relevant for you, pile 3, for sure. I think more than the other piles I've read so far, where yeah, this fire horse energy for this year is really going to resonate with you. Oh, I just realized, like, look, this even looks like fire here. See this horse? It looks like fire. That's beautiful. Yeah, so and fire, you know, can be dangerous, but can also be very cleansing, and it really depends on how you yield it. Just like your attitude, right? Your attitude of gratitude, that's going to be, you know, if you imagine it like a fire you're building, right? Fire can keep you warm, right? Fire can cook your food. It can be very healing, but it can also, obviously, when yielded poorly, it can like burn and you know, destroy and cause destruction and pain. So yeah, it's very much like the way that you manage your feelings, right? So there's ways to and I talk about this in my therapy. So again, I'm not judging at all pile 3, but it just reminds me of something that I've talked to my therapist about, which is like you know, learning how to emotionally regulate. That's the thing I'm trying to remember. So yeah, learning emotional regulation is going to be helpful for you this year, pile 3, just because you're going to be, yeah, learning how to be more grateful for everything you have, and that's going to give you a more, yeah, positive attitude of gratitude, and shift your energy away from negativity toward positivity. So that's fantastic. Also, by the way, this card, this is from the Rebel deck, and it's No Nonsense Unicorn. So basically, this deck does cuss, usually on every card. So just a fair warning there. If you don't like cussing, you can maybe click off the video, go to see another one of my videos that doesn't have these cards in it, but just a fair warning there. And it says, where the fuck is your sense of humor? All right, so this is, yeah, just like the no nonsense universe calling you out on your BS, right? So they're saying, learn to have a sense of humor, you know, learn to laugh about things, even when things aren't necessarily going your way, right? Like, so I noticed that that's, you know, you just have to laugh sometimes. Like sometimes things don't go your way, you know, bad things happen, but it is all truly about your attitude toward it. And so if you can learn to laugh at negative or bad situations, you know, even though it seems like difficult to do in the moment, it will really change, like, it's even hard to put it into words, but it will really change your attitude for the better, pile 3, just because it'll lighten your spirit, you know. It, like, holding on to negativity, like, it really does truly, like, weigh you down in your spirit. Like, it really gives you, like, this this negative weight, this aura, like this dark energy that just follows you around like a, you know, a rain cloud, right? So if you learn to lighten it, like, you know, and that's another thing about emotional regulation, is you can learn healthy coping mechanisms. So obviously I'm not saying never cry, because again, if we take it back to that rain cloud situation again, crying is actually incredibly healthy. That is how we release. That is something I've definitely, again, talked to my therapist about, as well as, like, that is a healthy emotional regulation, right? So, but whereas, like, getting angry and, like, throwing things and breaking stuff, like, that would be considered a negative or not an unhealthy emotional coping mechanism, you know what I mean? So, like, that's an unhealthy way to deal with one's negative emotions. But if you learn to cry and let your really truly still feel your feelings, but in a healthy way, if you cry and let it release that way, again, that's, you can let go of that emotional load, or like the rain, right, in the cloud, and then you can become lighter, and then you'll become more you'll, the dark clouds will, you know, clear, right? And then you'll be able to have, like, a sunnier outlook once you learn to emotionally regulate and emotionally heal from some of this negativity from your past. Yeah, because I'm definitely getting, for you, pile 3, more than other piles, you're dealing with something, I think, possibly even for some of you, trauma based. So again, I highly recommend, I think everyone should be in therapy, truthfully, and I know not everyone can afford it. That's why I like to share what I learned in therapy, just in case you are someone who feels like you can't afford therapy right now. I just wanted to let you know you're not alone. You are very much in a safe space here, and I just, you know, I care so much about you, pile 3. Even if I don't know who you are personally, I care about all my viewers because I want what's best for everybody. So yeah, I want you to have a happy and emotionally, like, relieving year with this rebirth here. You know, like the fire horse, it's like, it's a bit like phoenix energy I'm getting from your card so far, pile 3. But yeah, let's finish looking at all your cards here, because I'm gonna run out of time if I don't. Hurry it up. So, oh yeah, you see, you've got the Hangman, and see, this card is actually the Vulture card. So this is actually from the Unicorn, the Last Unicorn. This is the Last Unicorn tarot deck. This is one of my favorite, all-time favorite movies. Highly recommend watching this movie. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend it to everybody, because it's one of my favorite movies. I've been watching it since I was like a little baby girl. And yeah, it's a beautiful animation. I think it was made in the either late 80s or, yeah, I think it was late 70s or early 80s, something like that. Either late 70s to early 90s, something like that, somewhere in the 80s, around that time. They made this beautiful animation. It's got beautiful artwork, beautiful music, and the story is kind of interesting. It's kind of funny, but yeah, there's this character called the Harpy, and this is in the Hangman energy. So yeah, you're learning to, so the Hangman is all about changing, like, hanging in a new direction, learning to look at things from a different perspective. So I definitely get that for you, pile 3, that you're learning to look at your life from a different perspective, and hopefully with like a lighter perspective, like to not take it so seriously, and to you know, have more fun with it. Have a lighter attitude of gratitude is so true, where it's like you know, be thankful for all the things you do have, because even if it might feel like there's a lot of bad things happening in our lives from day to day, we, you know, can be thankful for the smallest things. Like we can be thankful for our friends and family. We can be thankful for our pets. We can be thankful for the fact that we have, you know, clean drinking water today, because not everyone even has that, you know. So we can be thankful for the small things. We can be thankful for the beautiful blue sky. These are things that anyone can be thankful for, and that will really help you feel like lighter and happier too, because the more you think about the good things in your life, the more you'll see even more good things to be thankful for. So yeah, but let's see what else you got. You have the devil. Yeah, okay, exactly. I think you're moving away from this devil energy, pile 3. How in the past you might have, again, I'm just getting like you've been pretty negative emotionally. You've gone through a lot of emotionally negatively charged things, and again, that's not an insult or anything against your character. Pile 3, just want to emphasize that, you know, we all go through tough things, but again, it's about how we want to look back on those experiences and what we want to learn from them, and to, again, always be thankful. We could either be upset that we had to go through something, or we can be thankful because it taught us something. You know, I just watched an interview of Jim Carrey, and did you know Jim Carrey, when he was like 15 years old, he was actually homeless. His parents lived in a car, and him and his brother had to like live in a tent. And you know, as you know, Jim Carrey went on to have this beautiful, amazing, just very prolific career, because he didn't let that bad experience stop him, right? He continued to believe in himself and love himself and take things not so seriously, laugh. Like, I mean, he's like one of the most well-known comedians and actors out there. Like, he is someone who very much wanted to see others laugh. Like, making others laugh is also something that can make you feel better too. So just keep that in mind, pile 3. Then you also have, oh, 5 of Wands. Yeah, look, fire horse. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so again, you're learning to move away from this like conflict energy of yeah, I'm definitely getting Phoenix energy from these cards, pile 3. Strength, yeah. Learning to have the strength to, you know, weather the storms, right? But, you know, you can't have flowers without the rain, right? So then you have 7 of Swords. Yeah. Again, I think I'm just keep getting the message in your pile, in your reading pile 3. You're trying to walk away from these this tough past and still, you know, hang in there and have positive, yeah, you're looking ahead to the future. You're learning to be strong and, yeah, not take everything so seriously, and just be proud that you survived, you know, like this is, the Strength card is the survivor card, right? You're learning to be thankful and proud of yourself for surviving whatever it was that's in your past now, and you can continue to look forward with newfound hope and yeah, joy. You're looking for that passion and joy and zest for life. So that's beautiful, pile 3. Okay, so you also have the Affirmators card, and this is about forgiveness. Exactly. So forgiving the past mistakes as well. This is about self-forgiveness too. So it says, congratulations, you're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is, forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Exactly. Self-forgiveness is very important as well. Forgive yourself for mistakes. Let go of the things you can't change in the past, and that will lighten your load. Yeah, letting down your sword, you know, pile 3. Let go of the things that you can't change so that you can look forward to the future. So it says, have fun wielding your new power, but remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace. Yeah, you're trying to move toward this lighter, happier, more peaceful time in the future because you're deciding to look at something from a different perspective, and that's going to help you a lot this year. Pile 3. So it says, nothing is wasted. Exactly. Practice makes perfect. Yeah, all of your mistakes were just practice, right? No experience is ever wasted, even if what I'm working on turns out to be a total dumpster fire. When I spend time on a project, it's always, well, at least 98.7% of the time, a good practice. Plus, it makes me better at making whatever that thing is. And if what I was trying to make was a dumpster fire, then I'm already 5 steps ahead of the game. Yeah, so again, just remember there's that, you know, fire element here too. Fire is very strong with your reading today. Pile 3. Yeah, you're learning to, you know, feel okay about being forged in the fire, right? Forged in the flames. Like, you know, glass, it might feel like, how do I want to say this? Sometimes it can feel like we, especially in the past, we've, you know, been like molded this certain way, like glass blowing. Remember that, like, you can always reforge yourself, right? You can make yourself into something different. You can remold, and it's all about your willingness to do that work. Again, highly recommend. I just think everyone should be in therapy, so highly recommend that if you're not already. Pile 3. But yeah, just be kind to yourself too, and learn to forgive yourself, and remember that all our past mistakes are just there to help us grow and learn. And then we have maturity. Yes, so you're becoming more mature this year, learning to not be so hard on yourself, and to, you know, just take your past mistakes, you know, for what they are, and to keep on keeping on. It says, I make peace with the tough relationships of my past. Exactly. I probably would have skipped the pain they came with, but I'm grateful for the lessons they brought me. Exactly. There's that word again, grateful. Be grateful for the lessons that you learned along the way. It says, because of those tough relationships, I can look back at the mosaic of my life, which is internet stalk my exes, it says, okay, and see value in even the most broken pieces. I really dodged a bullet, they said. Okay, yeah, so again, this could be about looking back at your past relationships. Again, it's talking about stalking your exes online, which is so funny. I love these Affirmators cards, are so funny. So yeah, so this is about love and relationships. It's like learning to forgive the past so you can make way for the new to come in this year, which is about, that's what that rebirth is all about too. Death and rebirth. Yeah. Learning to become more passionate and put in effort towards your passion projects as well. Even if you make mistakes, you know, isn't that what Miss Frizzle said? Make mistakes, get messy. Like, it's all part of the process, right? Pile 3. All right, then we have intuition. Okay, yeah, so learn to tap into your intuition this year. Abundance planning. Yeah, so this will help you if you learn to plan your or like do budgeting and plan for your abundance. This will help you give will take you out of like that lack mentality and into more of an abundance mindset. So again, which is all about the hangman, changing your perspective, right? So that's another way to change your perspective, is when it comes to your pentacles, aka your money, you can do an abundance planning, and that could help you feel more abundant. Even if you don't feel that way now, you can work on that, and changing your attitude about, you know, going from a lack mentality to an abundance mentality will really help you see more financial flow into your life. Then you also have positive affirmations. What did I say? Oh my God, I love when this happens in my readings. Yeah, that's such a synchronicity. So I was saying positive affirmations. I love myself. Yeah, okay. So it's actually funny because the last pile too, you might be interested in, was all about self-love as well. So this is always good to like, yeah, look in the mirror, say, I love myself. I am worthy of love. I am happy. I am healthy. I am grateful. I am worthy. I'm beautiful. I'm brave. All these beautiful things. I choose love, it says on our arm. See? I choose love. Yeah, choose love, not hate, like this said. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful reading, pile number 3. I love that for you. You also have 2 more cards. I know this is such a long reading, but I grabbed you a couple Lovers Oracle. I didn't shuffle these on camera just because they're so hard to shuffle with the way they're shaped, but you have deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. All right, and then you also have this beautiful little dove, and it says new beginnings. Okay, yes, like rebirth, new, restarting, moving away from negativity into positivity. And look again, oh, sorry for knocking the camera. But yeah, you have so much like orange, beautiful, like honey. Yeah, like milk and honey, moving toward the land of milk and honey. New beginnings, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Yes, there's the word passionate again, passionately. That's beautiful. Yeah, you're learning to let go of the past so that way you can bring in a more abundant future and learn to be passionate and grateful. All good things. Beautiful, beautiful reading, pile 3. All right, last but certainly not least, you have these little Bella Sara treasure cards. These are fun, like, you know, almost like Pokemon cards, right? Collector's cards. Now, just so you know, if the codes do work, I'm going to put them in for myself. So don't try to go get the codes. But since these are old, I'm not even sure if the website's up anymore. But yeah, let's just see what you got though from this little pack of cards. And it says, Miraldis, look for help and you will find it all around you. Yeah, asking for help is also something that you can be working on this year. It's okay. It's not a sign of, you know, something negative about yourself, pile 3, to ask for help. Then you got Roan, and it says, don't be afraid to cry. Exactly, what did I say earlier? Okay, perfect, yeah. Learning to be okay with crying, and that's a healthy release of emotion. Tears have the magic to heal a broken heart. Exactly. Like, some of us are taught not to cry, and it's so sad because crying is like the healthiest way to release those negative energies and get back to positive, happy energies. Like if you haven't seen Inside Out, that was basically the message of Inside Out, like the first Inside Out. Happiness and joy is a good thing, but sadness has its place and has its purpose. And sadness is to help us heal, you know, the parts that hurt. So, so this is Ondin, I think. I could be butchering these names, sorry, but it says, make every day an adventure. Yeah, you're trying to go toward adventure. Your adventure is out there. Then you have Peregrine, I think. It says, come with me and explore this wide, wonderful world. Yeah, getting back into like being grateful for the beauty of the world that surrounds you. Oh, look, and you got a beautiful, like, fancy one, pile 3. This is Nightingale. Ooh, you got the first, like, foil one. You're so lucky, pile 3. It says, listen to the wind's music and hear what nature tells you. Beautiful. And then you got these fun little, funny little stickers and some fun temporary tattoos. Cute. Yeah, so those are so fun. I love these little Bella Sara cards. Again, if you want to watch a fun video all about the history of Sara. I highly recommend it. It's Jordy's computer. She made an amazing video about this. So yeah, this is going to be your reading. Sorry, it's a very long one, pile 3. I think you just clocked over to like an hour. Oh my goodness. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Thanks for watching till the end. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe. All that amazing stuff really helps me out with the algorithm. So thank you so much for that positive energy exchange. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I hope to see you next reading. Take care, pile 3. Bye. Oh, hi, pile 3. By the way, funny coincidence, it just clicked over to 333. I'm literally recording this at 3:33 a.m. Yeah, I don't know. I'm crazy. But I just thought that was such a fun synchronicity for you, pile 3. So yeah, just thought that was cool. I thought you'd think it was neat too. So yeah, you're very lucky, very abundant, pile 3. Don't forget that, okay? Yeah, work on planning your abundance because you are worth it, okay? Thank you so much for being here. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. If you picked this brown pretty horse, or I could say a chocolate horse, because all the other horses I nicknamed were like different foods, like, you know, chestnut, caramel, honey. So yeah, if you like, you know, chocolate horse, you can call it the chocolate horse. But yeah, this is going to be your reading, pile 4, and we're asking the question, what is your year of the horse going to be like? So basically, by the way, I got all of these fun little postcards at the post office, the US Post Office. So if you love horses, like I do, like I love horses because I love, that my grandma loves horses. She like grew up with horses. So I don't know, I didn't say this in my other readings, but I just felt like pile number 4 is the real horse girls of the bunch, and or horse people, you know, you don't have to be a girl, but yeah. So if you like these cards, by the way, and you're like, where did she get these cute cards? They actually are being sold. I think they're still being sold. I got them on the website, I think back in, yeah, before December of last year, 2025. So I don't know if they still have them up on the website, but they also come with matching post stamps. So really, really cute set. And yeah, I got these actually to write to my grandma. So I just felt like I should throw that out there if you're interested in that. But yeah, this is going to be your reading, pile 4, of what to expect in this upcoming year of the horse. So if you don't know, this is the year of the horse. I meant to actually get this reading out earlier, back in back on February 17th, right? Was the Chinese New Year, and that ushered in the year of the horse. And this year of the horse is actually really cool because it's actually the year of the fire horse. So it's all about passion and rebirth and igniting creativity and all that good stuff. So yeah, so let's jump in. You have a bunch of cards today, pile 4, as well as these fun little Sara cards. Now these are really fun because I actually got these because I was inspired to get these based on watching a fun video all about Sara. If you're not familiar, Sara is like a trading card game from like the 90s, I think it was, maybe late 80s, early 90s. And yeah, basically there was a really fun video by Jordy's computer. I'm gonna put the link in the description in case you're interested in watching this video, because it was a really fun video all about the history of Sara trading cards. And yeah, these are really fun because they have a bunch of horses on them, and they have fun little like sayings and like inspirational quotes. So I thought, when I saw them, I was like, these are perfect for tarot. So yeah, I'm really excited to open these for you today. I'm gonna save them to the end though, because we got a lot of other cards and they're quite small, so I can put them on top of the rest of the cards. But yeah, got a whole bunch of cards here for you today, pile 4. So let's just jump into it, see what you got. Now these are actually from a 2020 desk calendar, but they're also fun little sayings and quotes and things. So good advice. This is from the Advice from a Unicorn deck, or calendar. I call it a deck because I made it into a deck, but yeah. There's like 365 days of the year, so 365 little advices from the unicorns. So it says, take a second to assess your mental health today. Are you happy? Are you hurting? Are you growing? So yeah, and it's actually says March 6th, so that date could be significant to you. Could be your birthday or someone else's birthday, or something like that. Doesn't have to be, but it could be a significant date. That date just passed actually, so maybe something important happened on that day for you. Then it says, this one says, pay close attention to things that you believe you cannot do without. Addiction is not something to be ignored. Okay, so might be struggling with some addictions. But then we have November 7th and 8th. So those days could also be significant for you or someone you know. So maybe this is not about you, but someone you know with that date of birth or something like that. So, okay, so, interesting. So a lot of stuff about like mental health and addiction. So hopefully healing from these things this year. Pile 4. Okay, let's move these actually down here. Which I know is a little silly, but that's where I had to put them in the last reading, so that's where I've been putting them. So now we also have what your romantic life is going to be like in 2026, year of the horse. So let's see. Reconciliation. Okay, so you might be patching up a relationship with somebody. It says someone from your past is returning to your life. Awesome. So yeah, that could either be romantically or platonically. Take it how it resonates for you, because this is a general reading, pile 4. And again, if this isn't resonating for you, definitely go look at a different pile, pick a different pile. But yeah, this could be either romantic or platonic. So some relationship in your life is coming back and you're going to work on that. And then, oh, you got that unicorn card. Oh, I love that. Because yeah, this is an entire deck of like unicorn themed cards. So I love that. You've got the beautiful unicorn. I love this tapestry. I want this on my walls. It says, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Yeah, so okay, you're going to be working on freedom. I just heard maybe financial freedom, or feeling just more of like free to like maybe vacation, take a time off from work, something like that. Maybe freeing yourself from a toxic relationship for some of you, but not all of you. Only take that if that resonates for you. But yeah, freeing yourself from something here that no longer serves you. Yeah, whether that's like quitting a job you don't like, or yeah, again, or maybe even cutting out some toxic relationships. So take it how it resonates. Again, it's general, but we'll see. What else did you get? You've got past lives. Okay, so interesting. It says release your past life karma. You are an old soul, and with you are an old soul with deep wisdom. Sorry, that was hard to say. Yeah, healing your past lives will raise your vibrations. Okay, beautiful. And am I like even focused on that? Sorry, my camera is higher than I usually have it today, so just to try to zoom out and have enough room to show you all your cards, because I got extra cards this time. But okay, yeah, so this year is going to be really healing for you, I think, pile 4, because you're going to be clearing that past life karma out this year, which is fantastic. All right, then this is sort of like the overall. Yeah, okay, this goes perfectly with that. So you have been going through some grief. So you're trying to release this grief, and oh, she has a little puppy here too. So I don't know, maybe you are trying to release the pain and sadness and grief from a loss. Like maybe some of you lost your pet. And again, don't take this as like, oh, I'm scared that I'm going to lose my pet now. But if this is something you are dealing with in the past, like over the past year, this is because you just got this one, you're releasing something to make room for better things. But yeah, dealing with grief is never easy, pile 4, and I just want to, you know, give you my deepest condolences, that's the word, my deepest condolences if you are dealing with a past loved one, especially a passed on pet. That's never easy, so I am so sorry. I just want to give you a big hug through the screen if that's the case for you. But yeah, stay tuned, because I might actually be making a reading about you know, messages from your pet as well. So stay tuned for that. That's something I have planned. I have all the decks, everything. I just have to make the video. But yeah, but anyway, yeah, the grief is never easy. So I just want to, you know, reassure you that, you know, it's difficult, and I'm so sorry if that's what you're going through. But you know, again, I just feel like reaching out to you and giving you a big hug. So sorry if you're going through tough times right now, pile 4. But yeah, you will get through it. You know, have faith in your spirit team to help you through this difficult time if you are dealing with grief. So I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, let's look at this next card. Now this card is actually from the last Unicorn deck. So this is from a movie, based on a movie. So The Last Unicorn, one of my favorite movies. I grew up watching this movie. Like, this is one of my first movies I ever saw when I was a little baby girl. So I love this movie. Highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. It's a little bit of an obscure animation from like the 80s, 90s. Yeah, late 80s, early 90s, something like that, I think. And it's a really beautiful animation with gorgeous, yeah, just beautiful like drawings and beautiful music. The story's a little funny, but yeah, highly recommend it for anyone who wants to watch a really cool vintage animation. But yeah, this is from that deck. And so, oh yeah, see the 3 of Swords. Oh yeah, you're definitely dealing with some pain and heartache and loss. These two right next to each other, yeah, that's definitely giving me you're dealing with some heartbreak here. The 3 of Swords is the heartbreak card, and they're both crying. Oh, I'm so sorry, pile 4. That's so hard. But yeah, this character here, this is Molly Grew. And again, if you know the movie, then you know that she is one of the main characters who goes on this adventure to help the last unicorn find all the other unicorns. And so even though she's in this like grief state, Molly Grew in the film is actually, without giving too many spoilers, she's dealing with some pain of like feeling like she's missed her opportunity or missed her chance, but having met this unicorn now, and she has this like the most quotable thing she says is, "Where have you been? Where have you been? Why would you come to me now when I am like this?" And so she's like coping with the fact that she feels too old to go on this adventure with this unicorn. But I just want to remind you that she does in fact do it anyway, and you know, she I think is happier for it in the end. So yeah, keep that in mind as we look at the rest of your cards, pile 4, that yeah, maybe you're feeling a little bit like Molly Grew right now, but just know that there will be light at this end of this tunnel, and you're not alone, okay? I just want to remind you that you're never alone. There are people who love you and care about you deeply, so including people you've never met, you know. Strangers are just people, friends who you haven't met yet, right? Now, there is also this card. This card is from a deck called the Rebel deck. So just a heads up, it does cuss. So if you're not comfortable with that, you can go click off this reading now. But just wanted to warn you that, yeah, this is like a no nonsense message from the universe that says, stop sleeping so damn much. Yeah, so see, it cusses at you. It's not very nice, but it says, wake up, you are missing some cool shit. Yeah, so this is just a reminder to, even though you are coping with this grief and this loss, and again, I'm so sorry for that, pile 4, just know that, you know, if especially this is giving, like, maybe you're dealing with some depression, which is, I think, given the circumstances, completely normal, but you might want to talk to somebody about that, and they can help you, like if you need to see a therapist. I always recommend that. I think everyone should be in therapy. I had to say that in the last reading too. It's just like, but it's so true. I'm in therapy. I've been in therapy for years, and it really, really helps. So just to talk to somebody else, you know? So yeah, the universe is being like, don't sleep your life away. Like, wake up, you've got some cool new shit to do too. So again, just like Molly grew and she's grieving her past, you know, it's not the end of her story, right? It's just the beginning. When we meet Molly Grew, it's the beginning of the story. So yeah, there's still plenty to do and still more. So don't lose sight of that, pile 4, that you have more to your story, okay? So let's look at these other cards. You have Page of Swords, okay. Then you also have Death, right? Okay, so death and rebirth. So, and again, a lot of people are scared when they see the Death card because they think it means like a real death. And, you know, given the other cards like grief and 3 of Swords, this could very well be true, but I don't want to scare anybody who's listening to this. Death can also just mean a rebirth. So the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new, just like the closing of a chapter in one's life, right? Like the chapter book, like a chapter book, like a story, going from one chapter to another. Okay, but yeah, you got death twice. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's definitely some grieving here that needs to be processed this year. And again, I'm so sorry if this is not the message you wanted to hear in this reading. Yeah, just know that you can always click off if you don't feel comfortable listening to these hard messages. But yeah, like, let's see, 4 of Swords. Yeah, and see, this little unicorn is sleeping. And they said, wake up, wake up. So even though this year seems like it's going to be very difficult for you, pile 4, just know there is a light at the end of that tunnel, and you will survive this, and you will, you know, this is just a season, right? Don't lose sight of that this is a season. And you see how the sun is coming up over the hill? You have sunnier days ahead. So don't lose sight of that, okay? Yeah, so let's see what your affirmators have to say. Your affirmator card says, peacefulness. I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart. This is where I choose to spend my time. I can bring guests, but any person, thought, or event that brings drama or chaos is not invited. My heart is a special property, and I'm going to keep it that way so we can all keep enjoying it and I can get my security deposit back. Yeah, so this is about looking inward, and, you know, as hard as it can be, especially with everything else you're dealing with here in these cards, just remember to learn to maybe meditate and recenter yourself. I know it's easier said than done, especially when you're dealing with grief and those sorts of tough emotions. And again, I can't recommend therapy enough if you are in a place where you feel like you know, can't do it alone, because you don't have to, pile 4, you really don't. There are people out there who will help you with this. You know, there are grief counselors. There are people who literally help process grief. If you are struggling, you don't have to do it alone. So just remember that, okay? And if you get that kind of help, you can learn to be more at peace within your own heart with this, because peace is coming. Whatever this is, whatever this is, and I hate to say it, but it does feel like it is some kind of death or loss, like a real loss. Again, don't take it if it doesn't resonate for you. Don't be scared about this. But yeah, if this is the case, pile 4, just know that this was all about releasing past life karma, right? So it's the closing out of one cycle with these 2 double death card. It's closing out this chapter so that you can move on to more peaceful days and brighter, sunnier days ahead. All right, then you also have showing up. I promise to show up every day, if only for 5 minutes, and try, right? About getting up. You gotta still try, put in. I know it's easier said than done. It really is. Like, I've dealt with depression, clinical depression, off and on, pretty much since I was a teenager. So I know it's easier said than done. I don't like feeling like I'm preaching at you, pile 4, but it really is important to, you know, try every day, at least for a little while, like just if only for 5 minutes. It says, you know, get up, make your bed, take a shower. Just the simple things really do help. Because I know when you're struggling with depression, like that's like the last thing you want to do. But maybe work on self-care. Like I have a little self-care checklist of like, did I brush my teeth today? Did I, you know, take a bath? Did I put on perfume? Did I, you know, do my favorite hobbies, that kind of thing. So you can make yourself a self-care checklist as well. See, with the pen and the paper, that's why I'm like mentioning, when I clear 5 minutes and pick up my pencil / paintbrush / piccolo, I think that's an instrument, yeah, whatever, I'm showing and telling myself that my creative spirit matters. I'm sitting down with an open ear and whispering to inspiration, hey friend, what's up? Anything you want to say to me today? Yeah, so just putting yourself in this like open mindset and being willing to yeah, just being willing to try without focusing too much on like the outcome, especially at this time of struggle and difficulty. Just remember that you know, you don't have to strive for perfection at this time. Just trying and showing up for yourself in these little ways, in these little moments, are going to make a big difference for you this year, okay? Now you also have love and relationships. Affirmators is the wisdom card. So it says, with every relationship, I gain invaluable wisdom. I'm continually learning which qualities stimulate, support, and inspire me, and which ones make me want to cram a soup spoon into my ear and turn it slowly. Oh my God, that does not sound fun. In that sense, even failed relationships are actually successes. See how wise I sound? Yeah, so it's a bit like pile 3, where the message from pile 3 was also about like learning to be okay with you know, a bit of like the failure and mistakes of the past, and just looking at them as life lessons, kind of trying to help reframe your mindset to a healthier mindset of one of, you know, self-compassion, really, to be kind to yourself and remember that you're just trying your best. And, you know, one of my favorite phrases is try your best and forget the rest, because, you know, we can only do so much every day. And especially when we're dealing with heavy emotions, heavy weights, things outside of our control, right? Sometimes we can get really hard on ourselves that we're not accomplishing or not being perfect, or things aren't going our way. But just remember that, you know, it's okay to not be perfect right now. It's okay to not be sunshine and rainbows. Like, sometimes you just need a good cry. And yeah, that was sort of, so if you resonate with that, you might want to listen to pile 3 as well. There's some messages in there as well about like being okay to cry, and, you know, being okay letting yourself cry and that stuff. So Yeah, but let's move on to your self-care oracle cards for this year of the horse, pile 4. So we have dance. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, so dancing, again, getting up out of bed and giving yourself some fluid movements, again, without being too hard on yourself. This is like, don't dance where it's like there's a right or wrong way to dance. Just feel whatever feels good to your body and your soul in that moment, you know, will really help just get your blood flowing, you know, ease your mind, and just go with the flow. Like, go with whatever feels good to you in that moment. Free yourself. Yeah, be free when you're dancing. Don't dance and be like, oh, I didn't hit the right moves. Like, just free flow, free form dancing will be good for you. And then you've got spend time with animals. Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, you got the puppy here too. So yeah, maybe you can find some animals to spend time with. Again, if you have lost a pet, I know that it can be really hard to spend time with other pets, but you know, this will, I think, if you can be brave about it, I think that will cheer you up, is to spend time with animals out in nature, or like just like looking at the little squirrelies in the trees, or listening to the birds in the trees. Or if you can, maybe even volunteer at a animal shelter, you know, give back in that way might help you with this grief, for some of you possibly. And then you have watch a movie. Oh, look, and she's cuddling with her kitty too. Cute. So yeah, maybe watch a movie. Again, highly recommend. My personal favorite children's animated movie. Honestly, there's some stuff in here you're like, how is that for children? But yeah, but The Last Unicorn, a great movie. Recommend that if you haven't seen it. But yeah, any movie that brings you joy and comfort at this time will be good for you, pile 4. All right, then you also have 2 of these cards. Now, these cards are from the Lover's Oracle. So you have Twin Flames. Oh my gosh, and it says your passion ignites. Okay, so you might actually reconcile, and you've got passion twice here. Yeah, so this is funny, because if you do resonate with looking at pile 3, that also had stuff about passion as well. But yeah, twin flames, and so you might end up reconciling. Sorry, I don't know how to say that word right. Yeah, you might reconcile with a person who ends up actually being your twin flame for some of you, not all of you, but that could resonate for some. And then yeah, passion, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. Yeah, so just remember, there are positives about this year. I feel like, you know, your reading, unfortunately, pile 4 is just so full of like, of the 3 of Swords and the grief and sadness. But just remember that it's not all doom and gloom. Definitely not. You're definitely going to also have a lovely, passionate, happy times this year as well, for your year of the horse, the fire horse. But again, it's fire horse is all about like sort of that like phoenix energy of like yeah, releasing this karma and these hard, painful emotions and memories, and making way and for the new passion and happiness in the future. So yeah, it's definitely a difficult experience to go through, right? When the phoenix is shedding its skin, right? It's burning, and that's difficult to, burn away all of that, all the things from the past life, right? Because yeah, you got past life. It's hard to do that in the moment, but that's the only way that the phoenix can rise again, right? All right, pile 4. It's 4:44. No, it's 4:04 though a.m. because yes, I'm crazy. I record these at all crazy hours. But yeah, as I promised, we can open these Bella Sara cards now. Now, just so you know, these are like trading cards that have like little codes on them. So if you see a code, if the website even still exists, I will be punching in these codes already. So the codes won't be available for you to use, but I did want to see what they look like, and yeah, what characters you got. So you got Pepper. It says, cherish the gifts your family has given you. Aw, cute. Yeah, reconnecting with family would be good. Again, maybe that reconciliation could be for a family member for some of you. And you got Rosebriar. The world is full of freedom and love for you to find. Beautiful. Then you have Mikiko, and it says, be patient like a tree. You will grow beautifully at your own pace. Pretty. Oh, you got a fairy stone. That's cool. Yeah, it doesn't have a message, but that's cool. If you resonate with fairies, I'm gonna have a fairy reading pretty soon here. Ooh, and then you've got, look, you've got a, was I cutting that off? I'm sorry. My camera is higher than normal, so I didn't know if I was putting that in frame. Sorry about that, pile 4. Then yeah, look, you've got like a foil fancy one, and this is called Oracle. Hey, that's cool. What a synchronicity. Yeah, so you got a cool like foil one, and it says, look again. The most important things are often the hardest to see. Yes, absolutely. This is pool of reflection. Yeah, so a lot of reflecting this year, pile 4, I see for you. A lot of releasing painful past memories, painful experiences this year, and a lot of death and renewal, rebirth, freeing yourself from old toxic patterns or habits or past life traumas, you know, those sort of things. And again, highly recommend therapy if you need grief counseling or trauma therapy. I think everyone should have that. I know that not everyone can afford it, but if you can, highly recommend looking into that, because you don't have to do this alone, you know. You're not alone, pile 4. So just keep that in mind. Big hugs to you. And yeah, oh, you've got these, look, you've got this beautiful horse and like a little puppy with a green diamond. How cute. I don't know if that's supposed to be a puppy. It's just some kind of little cute animal. But yeah, and a beautiful rainbow. Yeah, there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? After the rain comes the rainbow, pile 4. So, oh, and you got these fun temporary stamp tattoos as well. Can you see that? Again, sorry if my holding the cards and everything is not perfectly in frame, because where my camera is different. But yeah, that's going to do it for your reading, pile number 4. Thank you so much for being here, listening to my to this reading. I know it wasn't the easiest reading to hear, so I really appreciate you if you're still here listening to these tough messages. But yeah, just know that whatever this is that you're going to go through this year, you can get through it. You aren't alone, and you are loved. Okay, pile 4, big hugs, big hugs. Sending you lots of love and light at this time. Lots of healing energy, pile 4. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thanks for letting me read your cards today. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that amazing stuff. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Okay, pile 4, take care. Bye. Hello, magical creatures. Hi, pile 5. Last but not least, thank you for being here today for your reading. If you chose this beautiful white horse, or like I said, if you like white chocolate, we'll name this white horse White Chocolate, because yeah, the other horses I named were like Chestnut and Caramel and Honey and Chocolate, like brown chocolate. So yeah, if you like white chocolate or this beautiful white horse, this is going to be your reading today, pile 5. We are asking the question, like, how is your year of the horse going to be? So very in-depth reading, got lots of cards for you today, but yeah, lots of information to dig into. But yeah, this is Year of the Horse. Actually, it was Year of the Horse. It turned Year of the Horse on February 17th, 2026. So yeah, I think it goes till next February, 2027, but don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. Like, I'm no Chinese zodiac expert at all. I'm not claiming to be, but I just wanted to do this reading because I was curious. Because yeah, this year is the year of the fire horse. So not only is it the year of the horse, but it's the year of the fire horse. So it's meant to symbolize like quick action, passion, creative, like inspiration, and yeah. So but if you want to learn more about the year of the horse, I'll link some you know, more information on the year of the horse in the description if I recall. Hopefully I'll remember. But yeah, got lots of cards for you today. Pile 5. We have some Lover's Oracle. I didn't put these in the shuffle, but I will look at these at the end of the reading. They're just really hard to shuffle because they're like a awkward shape. So, and plus some of them are not safe for work. So I had to keep those off the shuffle portion. But yeah, I got you some of those Lover's Oracles, as well as this beautiful Bella Sara cards. Now these are super fun because these are actually a trading card game from like the 90s. I heard about Bella Sara actually through a really fun video on YouTube by Jordy's Computer. So shout out to Jordy for like letting me know that these Bella Sara cards even existed. I had no idea. So yeah, these are really fun horse and like unicorn themed fun little cards, and they come with like really pretty like sayings and like, so yeah, I thought they were going to be perfect for an oracle reading today. So, and I actually got a whole bunch of these ones. You got the Moon Fairies one because the other ones, everyone else today got the Treasures one because those were, you know, added booster packs, but these are the Moon Fairy cards. So, and I have a whole set of extra Moon Fairy cards as well. So so I can actually open a whole bunch of these in future readings as well. So look forward to this because I'm super excited. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna go through and like just open each of these in each reading I do. So yeah, there's like probably 30 or so at least packs in there. So I'm really excited to use these today. Yeah, these are just, they're really, really pretty cards. Here's what the back looks like, little Bella Sara cards. So yeah, super excited for these. And we got that. We also have the Last Unicorn Tarot. So this is also really fun because this is like one of my favorite movies of all time. So this is the first time I'm using this deck as well. And if you have not seen this movie, highly recommend watching this movie. It's one of my favorite movies from my childhood. I watched it since I was like a little baby girl, and yeah, love this one. It's like a really fun movie. Like, it's beautifully animated. It's got amazing songs. The story is a little funny, but yeah, highly recommend this movie if you've never seen it. So that's this card. And yeah, we got a whole bunch of fun stuff for you today. So let's just jump into your cards, pile 5, and see what your year of the horse brings. Oh, you actually were the only one who got 3 of these too. So these are actually from a 2020 desk calendar that I collected and saved because it was like 365 days of like advice from the unicorn, it's called. So yeah, you actually got 3 though, because 3 popped out. So so this says, happiness to me is blank, fill in the blank. So that's just a reminder from the universe to think about what makes you happy. Now, May 29th could be relevant to you. Maybe it's just a confirmation. It doesn't have to though, but maybe you or someone you know's birthday is on the May 29th, or in May, or on a 29th of the month, something like that. Then this says, greet each day ready to slay. I love that. And that's from March 9th. Again, that just passed. So maybe that date was relevant to you. And then you also have be thankful. Oh, sorry if I'm not again, I said this in all my other piles, my reading. So if I say again in your reading, just, you know, be patient with me. Pile 5, because this is the last reading of the night and all those other readings went longer than I expected. So quite tired, but yeah. So you've got, be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. Very true, very true. We don't necessarily like that person anymore, but at least from what I've heard, they might be someone I don't know. It's fine if you, I don't know. No comment on who said that, but it is true enough, I'd say that. So. All right. Oh, but you know what? I'm going to put this, I know it's a little weird. I'm going to put this down here. Yeah, on this side, because that's just how I've been doing it for all the other readings. But those are your advice from the unicorn. So then you also have, what is your romance life going to be like in 2026, the year of the horse? Forgiving and learning. Okay, yeah. So it says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Very true. Okay, so yeah, this year is all about being thankful for what you have and forgiving and learning from your mistakes of the past, which has actually been a theme in a lot of these readings. Well, especially the last two. So you also got the separation card. So it says time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So some of you may be taking a break. We were on a break. No. But some of you may be wanting to take a break from romance in general. You might just be in a season of staying single, or if you're not single, you might maybe take a vacation separate from your partner, something like that. Let's keep looking at what you got, what else you got here. We also have the Unicorn Oracle, nature. Okay, so getting back to nature. So it says, ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, connect with the elementals. Ooh, you know, that's a good movie. You've seen Elemental, or yeah, I think it's called Elemental. The Pixar movie. It was like the one Pixar movie that was a romance, and I feel like people were too hard on that movie. Honestly, I really liked it, but of course I love pretty much every Pixar movie. Cars 2 doesn't count, but I don't know, I'm not a huge car fan, so Cars 1 was okay too, but I know a lot of people love Cars. But I'm such a big Pixar movie person that, like, I just think of Pixar when I think of Elemental. But yeah, if you don't like Pixar, that's okay too. But this is just about getting back into nature, getting in touch with nature. So grounding yourself, learning to ground. You did get this beautiful card with a beautiful green background too. So if you're like really resonating with the color green lately, I know I have been, especially since it is March and it's, you know, that time of year again where it's like St. Patrick's Day is coming up. I actually just made a St. Patty's Day reading, so definitely go check that out if you want to. This is like the last reading I just did, and it's all about luck, and you don't have to watch it around St. Patty's Day, but it is a lot of those were about like the heart chakra. So definitely with this nature card here in the center energy for you, centering nature, getting back in tune with your heart chakra as well could be relevant for you, pile 5 at this time this year. So all right, then we also have this card, okay, guilt. So yeah, there's something here where you're having to deal with some releasing of guilt. So in the past there may have been, like I said before, definitely check out piles 3 and 4. Also had similar messages, just slightly different, but you know, you might be dealing with like holding on to past mistakes where you feel guilty for something you did. Maybe you made mistakes that you now regret, or yeah, there's something about like maybe, yeah, see, forgiving and learning, including forgiving yourself and learning from your past mistakes. Letting go of this guilt that you feel from making those mistakes, because, you know, we're all young ones, right? We all have made mistakes that we definitely regret now and would not do again, and would definitely change if we could. I think we've all experienced that to some extent. So yeah, just letting go of something you've been holding on to is important for you, pile 5. Now, you also have, let's see, let's look at the last Unicorn Tarot. Okay, you have 8 of Coins. All right, and this is the character from the last Unicorn. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head, but he's like the magician character. And he's like, yeah, oh my gosh, I gotta watch this movie again because I feel bad I'm blanking on his name. But yeah, so you're learning to manifest and go toward financial abundance, which is great. And then you also have, now this actually, this card is from the Rebel deck, so it does cuss, so just a heads up. If you don't like cussing, maybe click away, watch a different one of my readings. But this has cussing in it, and it says, help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. Beautiful. And it says, get over yourself, pull your shit together. Yeah, so you're learning to process this guilt that you have from something you've done in the past, feeling like you messed up, or that there were mistakes, like irreparable damage, I heard, you know, like stuff that you feel like you know, want to like almost repent for. You are learning that one of the best ways to do that is obviously learn from your mistakes. Forgive yourself, learn from your mistakes. And by learning from your mistakes, I mean, don't repeat the past, right? Don't do it again. But now you know better, right? And so now this says, help people and give back and do good shit for humanity. That is another excellent way to, you know, heal this part of yourself, pile 5, that is feeling guilty for having messed up in the past. Like, you know, none of us are perfect, right? So we all have what they call skeletons in the closet, right? So whatever this is about, just know that today is a new day, right? It says, greet each day ready to slay. So it's just like, you can start today and you can ask, you know, whoever you believe in, ask the universe, God, whatever deity you believe in, a higher power, right? Ask the higher power to, you know, you can ask for forgiveness. You can pray for forgiveness, and you can also pray for ideas on how to give back and help in ways that, you know, maybe could relieve some of this guilt. So for example, if you, you know, if you feel guilty for like a separation, like a breaking of trust in a relationship, maybe you can, you know, heal that by working, probably you want to, if you can afford it, go to therapy with this too, because I always will recommend therapy on my channel. I think everyone should be in therapy. I know I've learned a lot from, you know, the years of therapy I've been to. And yeah, so, and I'm always learning. So, you know, there's stuff that I still don't know because I'm not a trained therapist, but that's why I recommend them on my channel, especially if you're struggling with these heavy, like emotional burdens, such as guilt. But because therapists are trained in really helping you release some of that. And honestly, like I said, the last reading, I'm just going to tell you pile 5, because in case you are wondering, for pile 4, their card was actually grief. And so I think grief and guilt, I could be wrong, but I think they kind of go hand in hand a lot of the time, because, you know, it's kind of about regret, right? In a lot of ways. So feeling guilty for not doing something differently, or feeling shame or remorse for how you behaved in the past and how you wish you could change it in the future. And just know that just that is already a good thing that shows that you've learned. You know, if you didn't regret or have remorse, then that meant that you wouldn't have learned your lesson. But having the guilt and I'm not saying, okay, so I don't want to put my foot in my mouth here. Like I said, I'm not a trained grief counselor, so I don't know the specific language that would be used in a therapeutic setting. Because honestly, I have to talk to my own therapist about this, if I'm being perfectly honest. Because there are things that, you know, I regret in my past, and I work very hard to try to, like I said, you know, learn from those mistakes and continue to, you know, try to make that right. You know what I mean? Repent in a way, if you want to use that word. Repent for your sins of the past. And again, this is not to get too preachy and make anyone feel uncomfortable. Again, you don't have to necessarily resonate with that kind of religious wording, but you know, I was actually raised Christian, and so that's just the language that works with my brain. But you know, take it how it resonates and use whatever language that makes sense to you. Like, you don't have to use religious language when it comes to this, but the idea is just that, like, you know, you can forgive yourself for the mistakes you made in the past, as long as you know that you have learned your lesson and that you won't repeat the mistake. Then, you know, that is, you know, if you look at it from a religious context of repenting, right? Again, if you look at it through a Christian lens, like, when you repent to God, God says, I absolve you of those sins because you didn't know better, and now you do. And so now you are, you know, better for it. Your world, you know, you won't repeat those mistakes again. And again, I'm not going to get into too many details because you can agree or to disagree. You know, I'm not going to get into what is and isn't forgivable, but according to Christianity, you know, you can absolve yourself, or at least repent. Not, you know, you have the ability to try to give back and make up for whatever this is. So whatever you're holding on to, this guilt, you're going to learn to release it this year, and you're going to, just learn to forgive yourself, because, you know, life is short and you still have so much the rest of your life to do something good and give back, and continue to improve your life and improve the lives of others too. And I think at the end of the day, that's all we can do, right? Is try to learn from our mistakes and continue to improve, not only for ourselves, but for everyone else around us. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, you have 3 of Wands, and look, it's a fire horse. Yeah. So looking toward the future here, focusing on your creative passions and things that you can, things that you can improve on. Then you have 5 of Swords. Yeah, this is like about letting go, laying down your sword, healing. Then oh my gosh, you have the Magician. Didn't I say? Yeah, 8 of Coins. Okay, so this isn't the Magician, but Smendrick. That's his name. I knew I would remember eventually. So yeah, this card, I said this is like the Magician, and you got the Magician card. So yeah, this is like Smendrick. You're learning, like Smendrick learns his magic. You're learning to be this magician, and like you're learning to become a better manifester. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Okay, so 10 of Wands is, about holding on to something, holding on to like these, like you're carrying this huge load on your back. And 10 of Wands is all about like learning to let go, learning to lay down the load, your load, right? Lay down the burden, the heavy burden. Yeah, interesting cards. Pile 5. Okay. Now let's see what the Affirmators have to say for you, because we've got the Affirmators Standard, Affirmators Creativity, and Love and Relationships. So let's see. Okay, so it says, get centered. When it gets to be too much, whatever it is, I close my eyes and return to my center. In my center, I have the wisdom and tranquility of a favorite animal, unicorn, holding a magical item, an amulet, I don't know, floating through space on a piece of furniture. One of those old 90s blow up couches. Perfect. Now, fill in your blanks as you like, but it's always funny when they do like a Mad Libs style card. But yeah, so this is all about getting centered. Yeah. Yeah, learning to meditate, I think I see will help you a lot this this year, pile 5. All right, then permission. Okay, so it says, I give myself permission to live my best, biggest, dreamiest dream life. I deserve to make money doing what I love. I'm able to create without suffering. I can be one of those people who lives inside a Pinterest board. After all, it'd be a shame to make my best life just sit there unlived, waiting for me to show up. And someone's got to water those upcycled wine crates full of succulents. Cute. Yeah, these little Affirmator cards always make me giggle. But, ooh, see, more green too. Yeah, you got a lot of green. You're learning to open that heart chakra, become more centered, meditate. You know, you're working on self-forgiveness, healing, yeah, releasing of the guilt and shame of the past, and moving and looking forward to the future like this, giving yourself permission to dream, giving yourself permission to live your best life, pile 5, like your own, you know, I feel like for some of you, I feel like whatever this is, you've really been like punishing yourself over this, and Spirit just wants to remind you that like you are so loved, and like you're probably racked more with guilt about this than other people would be if you only knew, you know, like I feel like whatever this is, and I can't, you know, this is a general reading, so I can't begin to assume what this could be about, but just remember that like there are people out there who like don't even, like there's something like I think 10% of the population who's like sociopathic. Like it's a lot. It's like a scary high number of people who don't ever even feel guilty over anything they've done. So just the fact that you know how to like process this guilt and process the guilt and shame of whatever your past mistakes are, so that you learn from them, so that you do not repeat them, that already is such like a big part of like healing, because so many other people, they don't even know how to, like, they're still struggling with like learning to feel bad about themselves, because let's be honest, some people, they need to repent, right? They need to heal from whatever they've done to themselves or others, right? So I don't know, it's obviously a balance, and like I said, I'm no therapist. Do not take my advice here, take it with a grain of salt, because it's like we are talking about these difficult issues that like do require like therapy a lot of times. But yeah, just remember that like just the ability to feel remorseful at all is a good thing. It's as in like, it's like you don't want to always feel bad about it, but you also want to know that like you know that you'll never make that same mistake again, whatever it is, because you've learned your lesson, and you can feel good about yourself knowing that you know you'd never do it again. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense, pile 5. I know it's a tough topic, but let's see. You also have humility. I take deep breaths and release. Yeah, it's all about release. See, all of my desire to be right. Without right, what's left? A soft and pliable version of me that's willing to make mistakes. Exactly. It's okay to make mistakes. You're not, you know, nobody's perfect, nobody's perfect. Like, it's okay that you made mistakes in the past. You can forgive yourself and just learn your lesson and move on from it and know that you won't do it again. And that way, you know, you've learned your lesson because you would never do it again. And then hear other people's opinions and try doing stuff a different way. In other words, I get to take a pretty sweet all-inclusive brain vacation. Some restrictions apply depending on your current tenacity of my ego. Okay. Again, these things, these affirmators are always so silly sometimes. But yeah, basically, you're learning to have a little humility and be okay with not being perfect, right? Because I think we get so hard on ourselves, pile 5. Like, I know I'm this way. Like most of my therapy sessions ended with my therapist being like, don't be so hard on yourself, you know, be kind to yourself this week. So yeah, just remember that whatever this is about, pile 5, you know, the universe is sending you lots of love and forgiveness and empathy toward whatever this is that you're struggling with. And again, just remember that, like, the best way to counteract this feeling of guilt is to go out and do something good for people. Like, if you feel bad about something that you did that was a mistake that you can't undo, that like you felt bad that you made someone feel bad or something like that, then go out there and, you know, try to put more positivity in the world instead, you know, give back to a cause or something. And yeah, so let's see. Journal, yes, highly recommend journaling, especially dream journaling, but definitely just like all of this emotions that I'm talking about in this reading, pile 5, I think more than any other pile, you have a lot of stuff to, you know, work out and puzzle out. So journaling would be great for you to get kind of maybe out of your own head, get it down on paper. Like, it's about releasing it, right? So getting it out, writing it all down, it might help you feel better about whatever it is that you're struggling with at this time. Yeah, so getting into a practice of journaling regularly this year, I think would be very, very beneficial for you, pile 5. Yes, and then number 19 could be significant for you, pile 5, but deep breaths. Okay, so like, yeah, learning breathing exercises could also help you. Like, I was definitely feeling like shortness of breath while like getting just like anxious, like this. I think you're maybe dealing with some anxiety too. So like learning to, again, meditate and like learn to breathe, just breathe, you know, just let it go, right? This releasing. Yeah, going out into nature too, like, and deep breaths out in nature, I think will help you recenter yourself. Yeah, you had something about centering. Yeah, here, this one. Get centered. Get centered. Deep breaths. Go into nature. Get out of your own head. I just heard, yeah. So write it all down in your journal to get it out of your head, and then get out of your own head when it comes to this. Like, you can't change the past, no matter how much we would love to. Whatever it is in the past, and we need to be okay with that and willing to let that go in order to move on and continue learning and continue to be a better version of ourselves today than we were yesterday, right? Pile 5. That's always the goal. Yeah, and then you have movement. So getting out there, out in nature, getting on walks or doing some yoga poses, like, again, because yoga is a great form of both meditation and exercise. So yeah, definitely working on like nice relaxing movements would also be great for you. So get into I think this year you're gonna work on doing some really good like healing practices, like journaling and yoga or meditation, breath work, that kind of thing. So that's beautiful, pile 5. I really wish you healing and release this year. Again, nobody's perfect. So whatever this is about, just remember that, you know, you are loved. The universe loves you, sending you love and light. And the universe wants you to be happy and learn from your mistakes and be thankful for the lessons, the life lessons. But don't let a bad past stop you from having a better future, right? All right, so you also have the Lover's Oracle, and let's see what you have. Reflection. Yeah. It says, give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Exactly. Have faith. So yeah, again, separation here. So another one of those like cards that reminded me of this one here, the separation card, because it was saying time apart, and this also says give each other some space and time apart for healing, you know, therapeutic healing. Again, and reflection is another kind of callback to the journaling, like self-reflection is important right now for you, pile 5. So that's awesome. And then you also have this card which says it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Exactly. Okay, yeah. Self-reflection, alone time, healing. Beautiful. It's important to take a step back and spend time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. Yes. Give yourself that permission to forgive. Give yourself that permission to heal and grieve and do all those important things that make you a, you know, a more emotionally balanced, more emotionally regulated person. And again, if you felt called to either piles 3 or 4, there might also be some more messages that are similar, along similar vibes, but only if you felt called or torn between more than one pile 5. But yeah, beautiful reading. Very much, you know, difficult topic, but also very important. So yeah, this year of the year of the horse is going to be really good for you. It's going to be very healing and very, I almost heard rejuvenating, but maybe that's not the right word. But yeah, just, yeah, very healing, pile 5. So that's beautiful. All right. Then last but certainly not least, you have these adorable little Bella Sara cards, and this is the Moon Fairies. Again, we've got a whole bunch of these, so I'm so excited to open these in the future readings. But today, you're the first one to get little Moon Fairies. And now these might have codes on them. The other ones did. So if they do, just know that I've already redeemed codes if I have the opportunity to redeem them. So just keep that in mind. So if you see any codes, just know I've already cashed them in, but I wanted to see what the cards were. Ooh, oh, I'm already seeing something new, something different. Yeah, so see how that has a code. Okay, so, but look what you got. You got these adorable little, oh, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Wicked, like, yeah. Oh my gosh, you had sort of themes of Wicked. So if you want to watch a good movie, go watch Wicked 1 and 2, parts 1 and 2 with Ariana Grande. So yeah, so this is like Elphaba and oh my gosh, what's her name? Oh my gosh, why am I blinking? Glinda and Elphaba. That's what it reminds me of. Those are cute. Anyway, okay, so you got these fun little stickers, and then you also got, ooh, you got a little green horse. Again, a lot of green in your reading, a lot of heart chakra activation and clearing. So it says, doing things that you're excited about gives you more energy to share. Beautiful. And it says, you've got Nike, and it says, have the courage to trust yourself. Okay, beautiful. Again, sorry I'm like, if I'm holding these not centered. But yeah, this is so cool. So that's a beautiful, like a moon behind this Pegasus, and it says, have the courage to trust yourself, right? Yeah, learn to trust yourself, have courage. It says, this one is Morel-dis. Look for help and you will find it all around you. Yeah, don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it, especially if, you know, you feel like you need like help with like therapy. There's no shame in asking for help, pile 5. Ooh, okay, so that's, oh, okay, look, so this is not even a message. It's interesting. I've never seen a card like this, but it was actually like, ooh, okay. You know what? When I did that, the candle just went out. Okay, but look, it says lovers reunited. Oh my gosh, it's like a whole thing. It says, to get the moonstone and find herd moon fairy, Emma must reunite Aplin with her beloved Jonan. I don't know how to say that name. Sorry, it's not John, it's Johan. But Johan has been trapped in a tree by Everna. Everna says she will spare Johan's life if Emma will give her the jewelry box that unlocks the moonstone's magic, and Emma sadly agrees. Then she and Duru help Avalon free Johan with a magical song. Oh my god, this is like a whole backstory. Wow, okay, that's cool. Look, they're little fairies. I didn't know that like Belisar had like all these like, that's like some lore, deep lore. That's a deep cut. All right, and then last but certainly not least, you got this beautiful card. Look at that. It is a foil hollow taco card that says, this is the horse Alamar. Would peace start by people's having peaceful thoughts? Oh, so I read that wrong. World peace. Okay, so yeah, world peace starts by people having peaceful thoughts. That's beautiful. Yeah, so again, you're learning that, like, you know, positive, having positive mentality, happiness, and, you know, forgiveness and thankfulness, all of these are positive healing ways to kind of reframe or like retrain your brain to feel more more joy and what am I trying to say? Forgiving yourself helps you forgive others for their mistakes as well. And yeah, having an open mind, open heart. Yeah, again, heart chakra. You got a lot of green. Heart chakra, clearing the heart chakra, pile 5. I think that's your main thing that you're going to be working on this year, 2026, year of the horse. Clearing that heart chakra, you know, healing, forgiving others and yourself, learning life lessons. And yeah, so that way you can heal and you can move on from whatever this is that's stopping you from having a more peaceful, more joyous life. And again, having a beautiful, you know, having a peaceful life. Sorry, I don't know where it stopped or if it stopped, but I wrapped this reading up. But yeah, this says world peace starts by people having peaceful thoughts. I love that. That's so true. So yeah, the more at peace with yourself that you become, pile 5, the more world peace and joy and love you can spread around the world by having this positivity. Yeah, because again, clearing that heart chakra and like, you know, yeah, just having an open heart, open mind, and, you know, do all things with love. All things with love, pile 5. Beautiful. All right, well, the candle went out, so it's time to say goodbye. This is the end of this reading. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It was quite longer than I expected to go, but I did get a whole bunch of cards. So yeah, but it is a year in review. So I hope that it resonated for you. Pile 5. Yeah, I'm sending you so much love and light, so much peace and healing energies. And yeah, thank you for being here today. Thank you for letting me read your cards. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something from it. If it resonated, please give it a big thumbs up. It will really help me know that you want more readings like this, and it just tells me that I'm doing a good job. So yeah, thank you for all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers, so please hit that like and follow button if you haven't already. So yeah, thank you so much. Don't forget to put #5 in the comments as well. If you don't want to write anything else, you can just put your number 5, so that way I know which reading you chose. And if you ever come back to this reading, you'll have a little reminder as well which reading you picked. But yeah, thanks again, Pile 5. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and happy Year of the Horse. Okay, take care, Pile 5. Bye.